Hi, this is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. Hey guys, today we're going to talk about my favorite subject today, which is sales. All right, we got a great subject for you today, and I think it's very interesting. It's something that I've done, and it's a really good job. And it's something that if you're interested in sales, this is actually a pretty good field to try out. What is it like to sell life insurance? What is the job? Okay. What is it like to sell life insurance, and what is the job? Really, it's called final expense. When you're in sales, there's a couple of opportunities. When you first get into selling insurance, you can get your main license where you can pretty much cover everything. Then you got some companies that work in a particular type of sales. So final expense may be what they push completely. Then you got some that'll do, like say for instance, home insurance and car insurance and things like that. But what I'm talking about is selling life insurance. Life insurance is a really important product. And the reason why I say that is because I got some, and I know it's important because when I die, I want to leave a legacy. I don't want to leave a burden, and that's just the reality of buying insurance. Our question is what is it like to sell life insurance? I'm going to be quite honest with you. It's kind of hard at first. You got to take a course, and when you take this course, you can pass the test, within a couple of weeks, and then you get your license. Well, what do you do then? Well, you look for somebody, hopefully, that's going to open the door for you. I got real lucky. I worked with some really good companies over the years that work in the insurance business. And I'm going to tell you what, if you don't know the questions to ask, sometimes people can get a little bit of your money. And they don't mean to hurt you or anything. It's just that's the way it is. If you come in with some knowledge, a lot of times people will be more inclined to maybe pay you more. But if you come in and you don't have much experience, some companies can give you as little as 50% per sale. For some people, that's a good deal. But for some people, you can get up to 100%. And there's a lot of different companies that you can work with and sell their product while you're working for a particular company. Some, you got to stay with just one particular company, and you can only sell what they have as far as products. Some insurance, life insurance, it is so cool because, see, I got lucky. I got to work with some people that taught me how to work in the field, where I call people over the phone, set appointments, and you hope they're there, and you set up a bunch of them. If you set up a bunch of them, you're going to run into some people who are probably going to be home. And I also got an opportunity to learn how to sell insurance over the phone. You can do that now. It's really, really cool. You just have to have a good lead system where you got repetitive people that you can call. Because when you're sitting in a call center, it can be kind of grinding because you're calling 150, 200, 300 numbers. And for some people, that's pretty easy. But for people like me, I'm kind of one of these people that like to bounce all over the place. And I need to structure my day and focus. So here's the question. What is it like to sell life insurance? Well, I hope if you have a little bit of smartness, you'll start out young. You'll get this, and hopefully you're living at home or you have a significant other where you can kind of learn the business, and then you can make some money. Because at first, unless you're real fortunate and you got some really good people around you, you may not make no money. I've been there, I've done that, and I'm writing the book, okay? And I'm being quite honest with you. My name is Gary Lee Stanley. I'm telling the whole truth, nothing but the truth when it comes to sales, the good, the bad, the ugly, and also the warts and all. Insurance is a great business. It's a great opportunity. It's a great thing to help you to be successful in life. A lot of people are rich that have insurance. They sell insurance. They make a lot of money. You can make a lot of money into it, but it takes time. And like I was stressing, if you got some money in the bank, it helps, especially in the first couple of 3, 4, 6 months before you start making any money. Sometimes you can get real fortunate. You can start making money off the bat, but you got to follow a system. A lot of times when people get an insurance license, we say we're going to do all this, we're going to do all that. And then when it comes to it, we get some leads. And if you only call them once, and you don't even go out to see them, what are you doing? You're wasting your time. Because, see, a lot of this in insurance, you got to buy leads. And they ain't for free, folks. And I'm being quite honest with you. They can drain you. They can take all your money. But see, if you're lucky and you're smart and you work with some good mentors, they can teach you how to sell over the phone or in person. And if you can do that, those leads become very, very valuable. If you get leads and you call these leads and they're local, okay, great. They may not even talk to you, or they may hang up on you and say, oh, I'm not interested. But if you go knock on their door with a big old smile, of course you're waving before you get there, and you knock on the door and say, hey, this is your information, right? You did request some basic information. Can I come in for a few minutes and tell you a little bit so that we can make sure it's help you out? And if you're kind of people and they know that they did that, they called or they saw something on an ad and they let us know that, hey, this is your information. This is Mary at 2232, right? You're 65, right? And you have your husband is Mike, okay? So what you've done is you got some information where you can have a conversation with them in person or over the phone. You know, selling life insurance, if you are selling life insurance and you don't have any insurance on you, shame on you. Because how you going to sell something and you ain't got none? You ain't got to get no mighty big policy. Get what you can afford. Generally, you'll make commission off of that first sale. That way it'll get you going. And remember, if you're working on commissions, start putting money away. Tax season comes every day. We work straight commission mostly. So it's kind of hard if you ain't selling nothing. And if you got money coming in, don't spend it all. Put some of that for a rainy day. You know, my name is Gary Lee Stanley. I'm going to express this. You know, I like selling life insurance. I like selling the idea and the concept of insurance itself because I've seen it pay. I've seen it work in people's lives, and it help people in a time of need. If you don't believe that and you ain't got no insurance, it's really hard to convey that. Listen, when the time gets tough and you're talking to a customer and you're asking them for the order, and they say, well, I really can't afford it, blah, 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 sad story. And you're thinking, yeah, I know exactly how you feel. I ain't got no insurance for the same damn reason. Okay, that ain't right. And listen, you got to love the one you're with. If you get a chance to talk to customers over the phone, a lot of times you don't get a chance to talk to too many. So you got to love the one you're with. You got to have that selling conversation. You got to have that information that the customer will say, well, I want to go ahead and get that. But see, they ain't going to do that. You got to ask for the order. You got to give them a lot of pertinent questions. You got to ask a lot of questions for them to see the value. First off, when you're talking to a person about insurance, it ain't the most important thing in their world. They want to put it off. They don't even want to talk about it. But see, a lot of times when people actually need insurance, it's kind of late and it costs them a lot more money and they get a lot less benefit for their money. But they still know that if they pre-plan in advance, they're going to be able to have a better transition. They'll feel better because a lot of people, they want to not leave their family in a bad way. I don't know about you, but I don't want nobody to suffer when I leave. I want them to have it easy. I want them on the day that I die for them to go, dang, I'm glad he had some insurance. Sure, it wasn't a lot. We didn't win the lottery, but dang, we ain't got to pay out of pocket for his doggone funeral or his burial or if cremation, whatever you're into. What is it like to sell life insurance? I'll tell you what, I've had some people that were real rude to me at the door, and they bought from me. And I had people that would talk and talk and talk, and you'd ask for the sale. And these people were so wishy-washy that damn, they ain't never going to buy nothing. But see, it's the way you leave them. Hopefully you left them in a good, positive way, so that way the next person, who is a real salesperson, can sell them. Because you can't sell everybody. I mean, it sounds real good. But here's the reality. Unless they can perceive it's a value, it's not going to get sold. They have to see that what they're putting into it is less than what they're getting out of it. And if you can build it up, and you got to make sure you follow your script. If you're talking to these clients and you're doing it like wishy-washy, you don't know where you're going, you don't have a topic, you don't have something to talk about, a conversation, they'll get you off track and you won't sell nothing. And you'll be out there for hours talking to these people. And listen, they know that if you are important, your time is valuable. And you don't want to waste it. You want to go ahead and let them know that, hey, you know, I talk to a lot of people in the community. I got a little bit of time. Let's go ahead and have this conversation. May I come in? And you know what? They'll let you come in. Or if you're over the phone, hey, I'm with this particular company, with this insurance, you know, and you're nice to them and you have a simple conversation. If they got a lead off wherever you got the lead from and you're calling them, there's a reason why they ask for that information. Sometimes you get some stepped up bad leads. I mean, these people, they don't even know who you are. They don't even want you to call. But you got to keep trying because it's a numbers game. The more people you talk to, the better opportunity you have to close the sale. And my name is Gary Lee Stanley. We're just having a very simple conversation about selling life insurance. It can be a grind. I mean, sometimes you're sitting on the phone calling. But if you persevere, you'll be able to sell something. It's just truth. It's a numbers game. If you're doing it door to door, when you're having to go knock on doors because you got leads that are directing you there, don't just go out and see them one time. Go out there 2 or 3 times. Yeah, I know it sounds kind of rough because it can get expensive. That's one of the pros and cons about, selling insurance. You can either do it in person, over the phone. There's just a lot of different. And you can do it now where you can have them sign something by voice. That's amazing. Listen, my name is Gary Lee Stanley. We just had a very simple conversation about, insurance, the life insurance game, the business. I'm going to be honest with you. It's tough at first. The more you do it, the better you get at it. It's just the way it works and the more opportunities. Now, I'm not going to say it's all gravy. It ain't. If you're trying to get a license, good luck. You'll go ahead and get it. Get the biggest license that you can get so that way you have a broad opportunity to sell a lot of different products. Let's see, if you have a life insurance license, you can help people with their final expenses. You can make sure that they're able to have a transition in a positive way. Go ahead and here's the thing. You got to ask for the order. You got to believe in what you sell. And if you're selling life insurance, have some insurance, please. And my name is Gary Lee Stanley. And my simple job today was to tell you, hey, listen, what is it like to sell a life insurance? What is the job? Okay, I hope you got a little bit out of this. The job is for you to go out there and sell as many people and help as many people. You get this thing called a lot of times residual. That means you got money that'll continuously keep coming, even years later. And then you got some companies that don't give you that. So make sure you ask, hey, do I get residuals if I sell life insurance for you? And if they say no, well, you might want to think about that. Are they going to give you and pay for your leads? A lot of times if they say they do, you're actually paying for it because you're getting a little bit less in your paycheck. And you want to make sure that, hey, if you got a policy and it lapses, you hopefully have a program where you've got the money because they're going to give you a lot of money up front. And if they cancel it within the year, you're going to have to pay it back. It sucks, but that's the truth. So you want to make sure that every sale that you have is a good sale. Keep in touch with your clients. Talk to them and listen. Even if you call them out of the blue, it'll be like, okay, who is this? I'm your insurance guy. And they'll go, oh, okay. And how you been? By the way, and have a little short conversation with them. And then you ask, is there anybody else that I can help your family with? And a lot of times they'll say, yeah, because you were the person who called them. Hey, there ain't no other salespeople doing that. Listen, my name is Gary Lee Stanley. We just had a very simple conversation about what it's like to sell life insurance in person or over the phone. It's pretty good. People need you. And we need to sell some insurance. So go out there and sell something and have a great day. Bye-bye.